Central Market in Los Angeles. I have pulled my van outside on the curb and I'm getting ready to interview chefs and people from all walks of life. I'm so excited, so tune in. Hey! Hi!
Pizza delivery.
Oh my God, pizza delivery. I have to know everything.
Okay.
How did you start pizza?
I love food. I love fine dining food, but they're so complicated to run a fine dining restaurant that I decided that I wanted to perfect just one food item. And I spent years, probably 8-10 years, just working on dough just to figure out how to master pizza.
Wow.
And that's what this is. This is a culmination of all those years.
That is so gorgeous.
So this is a pizza I created for my wife when I just got started in the pizza business, and I just got acquainted with burrata in 2007. Burrata was kind of new, and
I should just dig in.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord. Wow.
It's light, right? It's just, and it's simple. You just got 3 ingredients: sauce, dough, and cheese. But you got really good sauce, really good dough, really good cheese, and
that's so good.
Made by wood fire. Yeah.
That is amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna back up because you said you spent 8 years perfecting this dough.
Yeah, and it's not like 8 years every day, but over
time.
But you know how like when you're doing something creative, you kind of have to step away from it and come back to it, and like the little things that I learned about mixing procedures that could just elevate the lightness of it.
That's so good, and the cheese is so good, and the sauce is so good. So what inspired you to cook in the first place?
I really loved food, and so at about age 7 is when I started growing stuff in my yard, and I started reading cookbooks, and my mom helped me read the cookbooks.
That's really cute.
And so we worked on stuff together, and then...
And then did you go to culinary school?
Yeah, so I went to college first, and then in college I started a catering business, and then after catering business I went to culinary school, and after culinary school I went and studied food science and became a food scientist and did all kinds of crazy stuff.
Super cool.
Worked for project for NASA, worked for stuff for the Department of Defense, Trader Joe's, Costco, like you name it.
Wow.
Crazy stuff.
So you have a wealth of experience.
I wanted to become an expert in food, and I realized after working with DoD, nobody can be an expert in food. It's way too broad. But you could be an expert in one thing, and that's why I focused on pizza. I'm like, what can I understand about the science of everything? So I studied a lot about sauces, and I really wanted to just capture the essence of the tomato, because really, pizza is about highlighting the ingredients. This is how the Neapolitans look at pizza differently than Americans. We look at it as like, it's just a bunch of stuff and then you pile it on and you enjoy it and it's good.
Right.
But when a Neapolitan makes a pizza, you have these little pockets of sauce and cheese and basil and olive oil and all these elements, so you taste each of the components. I wanted to capture that essence of tomato. So even selecting the olive oil that has like a tomato leaf essence in it that kind of accentuates the tomato, and we blend 2 different types of tomatoes together. We strain them just so that they have a texture through a very coarse mill.
Right.
But we don't cook the sauce. The sauce gets cooked in the oven on the pizza.
Oh, really?
And it's just seasoned with salt, pepper, olive oil, and a little bit of basil. We take whole stems of basil and just let it sit in there and steep.
Wow.
And so it's simple, like just focusing on the quality of the ingredients.
It's really good.
Thank you.
And you're obviously so passionate about it.
Moderately.
That's amazing. I don't consider this a processed
It's
food
not
at all.
Pizza is as healthy as you want it to be, or as unhealthy as you want it to be.
Yeah, exactly. So, what do you keep in your pantry to be able to eat a little more healthy when you're tired and in a hurry and whatever?
Yeah, because I've got a very busy life. So besides Olio, I'm also one of the founders of Blaze Pizza, which we've got restaurants all over actually the world. We have 5 different countries. So like I'm busy. I've got 2 little kids, and when I get home, I've got 2 hours to make food if I'm cooking.
Right.
Usually my wife does it.
Okay.
Before the kids have to go to bed.
Right.
So I have things that can be assembled really quickly. The kids love pasta, and I think pasta cooked properly is just so amazing. And I studied a bit about like glycemic indexes of food. When you talk about sugars, if you think about how sugar reacts in the body, it's very different. If you have al dente pasta versus fully cooked pasta, it just digests a little more slowly, so there's less calories.
Really?
It takes your body more work to digest it, which makes a ton of sense.
If it's al dente?
Yes.
That's so interesting.
And that may be something about why the Italians in Italy don't, besides they walk a lot, but their diet is just based off of pretty raw ingredients that are, not raw, but raw, like pure and simple.
Yeah.
And I think al dente pasta is part of the trick to keeping that weight on.
And so you keep vegetables and fruits.
Keep
and stuff
fresh
like that.
vegetables. Fruits are kind of tough because my kids don't eat them. My wife doesn't eat them, and I'm the only one that does. I just don't understand how somebody can't love beautiful produce. It's just that we're blessed by being in California. We have access to such great stuff. So I do go to farmers markets and pick up stuff. One of my daughters loves fresh produce, so she eats it, and then I eat it, and then everyone else just kind of looks at it.
So with all this busyness, what's the best advice you've ever been given?
In life?
Yeah, in life. Like, and any pieces of advice that you, like for someone that's just a massive go-getter like you, what has landed in your life that somebody told you that might...
just be true to who you are, and don't put... One thing that, and I give this advice, and I don't know if anyone ever told me this, but they've probably given me clues, which I've kind of combined together to come up with this theory, that when you're cooking, keep your ego out of it. And if you keep your ego out of the food, let the food speak for itself. If you can just step that much away from it, then you should be able to create beautiful things.
See, and I think things like this apply to the bigger scheme, like keeping your ego out of life.
An argument.
Keeping your ego out of it and just trying to stay with the facts and say, I think that's a great piece of advice.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for bringing me this amazing pizza.
Sure,
that was
my
delicious.
pleasure.
I've had such a great day here at Grand Central Market. Thanks DTLA every day for setting it up. I've met so many great people here, and I want to thank all the chefs and subscribe to my channel because who knows where I am going to be shooting Van Therapy next.